Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV playthrough video as we continue with my Endwalker journey. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Let's get into a recap. Last time, on the moon, after defeating the literal Zodiarch, albeit the Sundered version, and therein Fandaniel also, we greeted the rest of the Scions as they arrived in the Watcher's Tower, updating them about the events that just transpired. The Watcher, in his millennia-old age, required a short nap, as we perused his walls of memories, learning that with each rejoining, Zodiarch grew stronger and Hydaelyn weaker, her having created the moon, yes, you heard that right, to hold him imprisoned. Upon awakening, the Watcher detailed some history of his job here, explaining what came before the original final days we caught a glimpse of in Amarot. A single world called Etheris, a sundered shard of which would become our star, peaceful and prosperous until a terrible cry from within corrupted their creation magics, giving shape and form to their thoughts of despair. Initially isolated, but quickly spreading across the star. There were, however, some few scholars who had knowledge of celestial currents, forming a vast and inconsistent ethereal network around the star. The convocation discovered that these inconsistencies where the flow was weakest became the points of failure from which these incidents began, deciding to summon Zodiarch of darkness and growth as a method of countering the stagnancy of ether. But of course, we all know at this point there were those of the convocation who argued against his summoning, seeing his power as a threat, bringing forth Hydaelyn. Not to unmake him though, as that would disrupt the natural order, but rather to preserve this balance until further figuring out the underlying reasons for the final days. Thus she spent a great deal of effort sundering Zodiarch and confining him to the moon. Maintaining his imprisonment taxed her tremendously, and so, crying out to those who would listen, she offered her blessing in the form of the Echo. Still many questions remained, but before we could ask them, the Watcher revealed further secrets about the moon, put in place by Hydaelyn once again. Fearing the worst, either her power diminishing or Zodiarch's defeat, she prepared a contingency. Well, you see, the moon is actually a secret Noah's Ark spaceship, designed to save the people of Etheris and bear them to safe harbor. And so off we set towards the glowing cathedral to meet the pilots of said spaceship, the Loporrits. Upon entry, they awaken from their deep slumber and in almost militaristic fashion form a very sleepy briefing, their leader informing them that Zodiarch is no more, and after over 1,000 years of preparation, their time has finally come. We speak with Livingway, the orchestrator of operations here, who tells us about their plan to gather up supplies and resources here on the moon with a little help from some back home, to eventually leave Etheris behind to Apocalypse and hippity hop from star to star until we can find a new habitable one. When they find that we're a little smaller than their books and knowledge of the ancients informed them though, the panic sets in and it's crunch time for the Loporrits to prepare for the certain arrival of the people of Etheris. And that's about where we left it off, so don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you're enjoying my videos. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. You can become a channel member by hitting the join button just below this video as well. And if you want to hang out and stay updated and all that stuff, check out the links in the description below where you can join the Discord and hang out there. Let's get into the video. Right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestway's Burrow, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. Ahem! We have procured myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Carrotorium. Nice. And we'll see about filling your bellies. What do you think they serve there? She did a little hop. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Etheris rotting to its core being a matter, of course, is rather concerning though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Loporrits in this vessel. Talk to the locals. Yeet! Oh my god, that was epic. Wow, it's so colorful. Look at this one. This place is huge, bro. Alright, meep, meep, meep. Oh my god, look at the carrots. Wait, there's enemies here? This doesn't seem very safe. Welcome to the Carrotorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production, Cooking Way. Pleased to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many cycles of painstaking labour, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we've received. Why, I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for the ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Tancred doesn't like carrots. Oh no, I could smell this all day long, I could. Wait, I thought is that not rotten? Maybe they just do different colors? Oh, they do. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow colored assortment of carrots. The unassuming orange carrot. From frond to tip, no scratches or blemishes mar this immaculate specimen. Nevertheless, if not for its excessive length and girth, okay, one might think it was an ordinary carrot. Are you certain you wish to eat this carrot? No? Which one should I eat? The ominous crimson carrot. Yes, the soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson creation belie its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot. Oh, I'ma eat it. On second thought, you'll elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. Okay, damn it. Cooking Way, what is this red ominous carrot? So did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Ah yes, a fine choice, one of my personal favourites actually. Cooking Way likes the length and girth. Please dig in, I'm eager to hear what you think. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. Iron carrot. You suddenly find yourself full of vim and vigor. Yay! What did you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes the perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. What if I don't like carrots? You don't like carrots? Oh, you must mean you don't like them served in this fashion. Worry not, we have pureed versions on hand if you haven't the time to chew. I take it you too had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and naught else? Carrots. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Etheris? Surely you're aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate? Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our forces to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. Of course. How did they arrive at carrots, I wonder? That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways, but our primary concern was efficiency. And what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue. You know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. Oh, okay. They speak the ancient. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really. Whoa, Thancred, chill bro. I think it is, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Etheris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. Oh, they're trying their best. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way. It's okay, Cooking Way. I liked your carrot. Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Oh, they know how to do that stuff as well. Heidelin in her infinite wisdom blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but we will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we needed. My, how resourceful. The sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume, this has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on your clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers and they will see to the rest. Yo, we going shopping? I don't think Living Way picked up on that sarcasm there. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Etheris. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Oh right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? A fashionable yet refined ensemble. Fashionable? Right, this will only take a moment. What do we get? What do we get? Make it good, come on. Wait for it. Oh shit, I kind of look like Nero a little bit. Or something, I don't know. There we are, all finished. A perfect fit if I do say so myself. I'll be honest, I know nothing of fashion, let alone fashion on Etheris, but I'd wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine ensemble. Perhaps you can start a new trend. Look at the bauble. Would you look at that? Speechless. And there I thought you may not like it. If you've a mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map. God. Okay. Listen, I don't think I look too bad, actually. It would definitely grow on me. It's a bit dull though. I could use some other stuff. No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You wish to try my clothes? Really? Of course, it'd be my honor. Did you have anything in mind? Surprise me. Who doesn't like a surprise? I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Wait for it. This is the one. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. The leopard print. Ooh, okay. He's got some style. Some of my best work yet. It's a relatively new concept incorporating an idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance. Can you smell the carrots? Simply divine. Did they just like rub carrots all over it? I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Won't you go and show Living why? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. How do I look? My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and we Loporrits in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same having sampled our creations. I wonder what they all got. Come on, let's see you guys. Catwalk time. Oh shit, look at Uri. Oh, Thancred. We're very matching. Like inverse colors. Sorry to have kept you waiting. She still looks very plain, but I like the pink. I think it suits her. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. He loves it. Look at him. Slay. But what's with the masks? I think it's past time we return these clothes. That would be an insult. We really look like the band of misfits. It's cute though, they're trying their best. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that in his time everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern tastes by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Etheros, they will most certainly have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my tastes, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Only us? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Etheros, and the salvation of the people on that star and that star alone has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risking failing them all. I suppose you're right. Is she though? Livingway, might we have leave to explore Bestway's burrow unattended? You have given us much to talk about. Why, certainly. Until later then. What's she cooking? She's going in the lab. She'll be back. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There is actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? Aww. What do I do? They didn't invite me. Hey, fidgeting Loporrit. Hey, how's it going? My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Etheris. I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Etheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait! You still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. You're here, you're really here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should we call you? Do, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Tu, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. Ooh.
Ready in the teleporter.
Oh, he has a much lower voice than I expected. Here we go. Oh. What does this mean? Did I do something wrong?
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Oh. Wait, what?
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Huh? Oh, Uri?
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously.
What are they talking about?
Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
Aw, did I do a good job?
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces.
Aw.
It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side.
It's kind of a weird situation because we're just like processing, oh yeah, by the way, the world's ending. And they're totally okay with it. They're like, oh yeah, we expected this. This is our whole like existence.
The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Etheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand?
Absolutely. Huh.
Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Sure, we'll go speak to them.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work.
What?
Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality.
True.
Difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Come again. That was a yes.
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Damn, look at his choker, dude. At RTX.
Oh, dear me. Dear me. I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see.
He did the Looney Tunes stop.
But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
All good, bro. All good. You just woke up. It's fine. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. A shame you couldn't see it though. You really would have liked it. All's well that Endsvale. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this for far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that, but the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Etheirys wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look around the Carrotorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east of the borough. Follow me. Okay. Good, you're here. Through this door is Greatest Endsvale. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. A forest? We understand the people of Etheirys enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. Ooh. I mean... what do we think? Okay, well, better get used to these sights, boys. It's gonna be 10 millennias walking through here. You know, next generation of kids, this is gonna be the play park you take your kids for little strolls and yeah. So what did you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? Couldn't see the forest or the trees. Is that meant to be couldn't see the forest for the trees? It is as transcendent as burying your face in a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff. Sure. You really think so? Truly? Hearing you say that means more to me than you know. Personally, I'd say this place is the pride of the borough. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in the forest on Etheirys. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. Huh. Really? I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Do a nice big stretch. I'm getting old. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. Aww. That reminds me of Nidana a little bit. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Etheirys. Could we, maybe? Aww. Sure. You will? Oh, be still my quivering whiskers. Growing Way is now accompanying you. Take him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Here we go, down the path. You built this. I was thinking too, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task. Furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. Of course, the first task. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done, 6,000 years give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. 6,000 years, well there we go, we have a timestamp. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years just to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Etheris. The Allagan's mischief, I think. Dalamud. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Hydaelyn informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Ask if you can taste the rainbow. Crystal. What? No, I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Etheris, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements of wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. Ah, Eden. Okay. Lick the rainbow crystal. Please, can I lick the crystal? It's worth mentioning though, that because of Hydaelyn's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Etheris. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Put simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. Say, do you notice anything in particular about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact they're massive crystals and not trees. These things are supposed to be trees? I thought it was the little guys. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Huh. I see. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. Ah. It's like the Labyrinthos. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy, while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. They really thought of everything, huh? It's not all that bad. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose, which was all well and good, except we knew still absolutely nothing about the present day people of Etheris. Why not go and visit Etheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Hydaelyn. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Etheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Okay. Their duty. 2,000 years they've been doing this then, the people of the Forum, or at least Sharlayan. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited hopeful Hydaelyn would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. Aww. Kinda wanna put him on my shoulder, you know? I knew you would like Greatest Endsvale, I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. Oh. He's my new little friend. There you are. I take it you've already received the Grand Tour. A shame we missed it. Growingway, I've been looking all over for you. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you're all more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now, come along, Growingway. Well, Uri, what do you have to say for yourself? Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They spent 12,000 years preparing for this. With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Really? Uri's keeping secrets again. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. No. Nay, that will not be necessary. If you will excuse me. Why do we let him do this? I'll be hounding him. Uri! Motherfucker! Not again! What do you suppose has suddenly tickled his fancy? Carrots. It's clearly carrots. 'Tis clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Etheris is indeed crucial, but I'm not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I'm not alone in my reticence. Nah, give it up. Let's go. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Y'shtola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Gotcha. He doesn't know about the teleporter. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway's burrow. Okay, we're gonna follow him. Hi. Uri. Where are you? Hey, bro. Did he see me? Surely. Urianger ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Stealth time! Okay, where can we hide? Oh god. Here? Argos, you gonna help me out, buddy? Surely it's here. Sneaky, sneaky. There's his range. I like it. Good visual indicators. Should I cross? Oh, this could be bad. Oh, there we go. He makes you think that you can cross. Oh shit, he's running. Don't worry, bro. I've got Peloton. I can make the next one with sprint. 100%. Stop here. Ha! You're so predictable. Can you believe we're playing hide and seek on the moon? This is a real thing. There's not 1 ounce of my being that thought when I began A Realm Reborn we would be playing hide and seek on the moon with Urianger. Yay! Okay, here we go. What you up to? I'm gonna confront him.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
He knew it. Yeah.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
At least he's not lying this time.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? When Carrotorium did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. 1 life for 1 world.
Oh my god.
And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the Scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter.
That's crazy that it happened then as well. I totally forgot about that part.
2 souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction.
Oh, ex-girlfriend.
Dearest Moonbritter, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Scions.
You know, the Moonbreeder death sucked. Not because, like, Moonbreeder, but because it was for fucking that guy. What is it, Nebrialis, I think? With his sideburns. You know?
In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good.
I'd be mad too, bro.
Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
Does he mean himself instead of her? No way, right?
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation.
People just keep asking.
The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
But what of those we cannot?
Oh.
How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
I don't know, I was never good with math. Sometimes there's no right answer. This is true.
I am not alone in my discomfort, then? 'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We Scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
Ever?
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts.
Oh.
As for the Loporrits' proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scions' behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Somebody's watching us. Oh, I was like, who's evil?
Curse these ears.
Aw.
Barrel.
I was like, which evil person is listening?
No matter. We've got our plans.
In a way, we didn't see like the 8 ears sticking up over there. In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own. A plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity. And so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? I'm just curious what the heck this thing is over here. This green guy. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Atheris. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Ah, an abundance of spongoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the new Mao, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Whoa! Surveying the nearby area, you see no signs of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is faring. I look good on the moon, no? Wait, did that thing move? That thing's moving! It's breathing. Breathing what? What are we breathing? We're on the moon! What the fuck, man? There, 'tis done. A magic ink. Every ounce as efficacious as that crafted by the new Mao. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loporrits will appreciate. To Urianger! Oh, thank goodness. I thought you had been eaten, or perhaps fallen into a crater. Sure. Y'shtola has been looking all over for you too. She says she needs to speak to you about something most urgent. Dire even. She's been cooking. Talk about cooking, why? She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with two alone. Which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urianger. But worry not. It just so happens we need your help with an errand delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway's Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporrits, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. How about an extra pair of hands? I'll come along and help you guys. No, that won't be necessary. Urianger's help should more than suffice. And I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. By keeping her waiting, she seems prickly. Now off with you. Worry not to. I shan't be long. What are they doing here? Are they gonna like capture him? They're gonna put him in a box? Well, mother's calling, so we gotta go home. I'm home. Oh, too. We thought you would be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Runningway, a companion of Growingways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... He's in on it! Growingway! No? Well, if it's really that important, you can try using these balls of moose flesh. What? Not to be confused with the other thing. Runningway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at it. Okay. Rude, but if it proves effective, he was here in Greatest Endsvale when I last saw him. Let us split up and find him. Okay. We're gonna lob our balls. Okay, guys. Take out your balls and get ready to yeet them. Strike him with your balls. Wait, this is him, right? Unassuming? I mean, it's gonna be a running one. There he is. Gotcha. Running way, question mark? Bam! Oh, that's smart. If this was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. Got him. Yes, I'm Runningway. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Oh, they're playing us big time. They're having us run circles. Ha! That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loporrit around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off. What could be happening? We really just don't have any powers of deduction as the Warrior of Light, do we? I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be that obvious. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. The puns. Bro, stop. Stop with the puns. How did you fare? So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growingway? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it, I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with the Livingway? We're gonna grab him by the ears and shake it out of these guys. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. We're not buying it. I'm beginning to grow tired of these games, so she already knows. And when she gets mad, you know she gets mad. Oh, what to do, what to do. I promised Livingway I would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Loporrits are up to something, but if there is aught to be learned of the final days, I think it best we play along. For now, at least. What are they doing with Uri, though? The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing way. Enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Etheris. We're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. So that's Living Way's game. Run us about in circles and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Etheris and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Etheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. I'm not sure they want to do this. Are they threatening us? Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. This isn't going to end well for you guys. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Wait, where does he have to go? If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Good plan. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. What? They just ran off. Oh, okay. I guess I'll deal with these guys then. Don't worry about me. Fire and Moonstone. Oh my god, I just wrecked them all. Reinforcements! Oh my god, I feel so bad for killing them. I'm wrecking them. This is not fair at all. Okay, that was just overkill. We have to save them. Okay, so the plan is don't run into any of them, basically. Wait, do these guys know? They don't know. Hey guys, we just killed your friends. I hope I didn't kill them. Don't worry about me, guys. Nothing to see here. I guess they're all busy, so they wouldn't know anyway. Hey Argos, hey buddy. Good, you are here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger. What are they gonna do with him? I don't think they're actually gonna do anything, but...
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Etheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
He's calling them out. Wait, why is his hair blowing?
But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
No.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Uh-oh.
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure.
Yeah.
'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Wait, why do they not understand? Didn't they tell us?
Names are an expression of the self. A declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Atheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing.
Mellifluous. I've never once in my life heard that word.
We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Atheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities.
We should take them down with
For
us.
as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly. To serve and serve well.
That goes for all of us. Don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
We can No, we need to show that. Like, we gotta bring them down and let them experience. Give them the tour of Charlian. This is how we fix it. We'll sneak them in. As hats.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Atheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers.
Wasn't that what I did for the convocation?
And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
Oh.
My name is Puddingway.
This one's gonna be tough, Uri. Ah.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live?
Damn, bro. That's deep.
After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend.
Oh.
She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
My brain is a little smaller.
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
For thee,
Fantasia? Fanta? Really? Are we doing this?
ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it.
It's the ink. They're not addicted to Fantas yet.
The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium.
Oh.
An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
Right.
To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
That was my thought. Like, how do we save everyone else? Like, I still think we should cart everybody up here just in case, because we don't need anybody else. So, you know, us Scions and stuff, we can fix it on our own, but just keep everybody safe just in case they need to whoop.
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
So he's staying up on the moon. I thought they were going to bring him down.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
Ancient? That flower, how came it into your possession? He knows about it. Huh. How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. Oh. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name. Elpis.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growing Way and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charleyan Forum, yes?
Oh, what?
How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became.
Right?
The forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion
Thanks, Graha.
on our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Free Grahatia, 2024. He served jail time for this. Alright. I seriously thought we were going to bring them down and like show them the trees in the park in Charlian and stuff, so they could get a better idea of how to build. But maybe I could steal one and bring it down with me? I want to speak to the Watcher. I chanced to spy you crossing the chasm, and I feared something was amiss. But all is well, and more importantly, I have been given the opportunity to behold a wonderful sight. Keep the Elpis close, and its light will be your guide. What is this? The Heartbloom Elpis. 'Twas a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink, to serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. You'll teach them the ways. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow Scions. When next I return to Atheris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Okay, now that we are headed back home, we're done on the moon, we're leaving Uri behind, and we're headed back to Depression City. I think that's a pretty good place to call it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you guys. You can join the channel, become a member by hitting the join button just below this video if you want to help support, and jump on over to the Discord as well. Links and stuff are in the description as always. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.